To you. This has been a shocking escalation in Sydney's bikie war that's fast spiralling out of control. Last night at about 11:30, 32-year-old Peter Zavas, a member of the Hells Angels bikie club, was shot at in this driveway here in Punchbowl in Sydney's southwest. Now, of course, what makes this even more concerning for police is that Peter Zavas is the brother of Anthony Zavas, the 29-year-old who was bashed to death in the domestic terminal of Sydney Airport last Sunday. That dispute involved 15 members of the Hells Angels and Comanchero gangs. The victim of last night's shooting had pulled up to the driveway of this building when he was shot at several times. He was rushed to St George Hospital where he underwent surgery. This afternoon, Wendy, he remains in a serious but stable condition. The gunman, who was wearing a dark jacket and jeans, is believed to have escaped on foot, but was nearly hit by a white car. This is, of course, a very busy road in Lakemba, and Wendy, police are hoping to speak with the driver of that vehicle. Wendy, we've been on the scene here since very early this morning. We've spoken to a number of people who live in the same building and neighbours. Here's a little bit of what they've had to say about what happened last night.
Just 6 shots. Bang, bang, bang.
Well, it's hard just to stay indoors and not to come out.
You hear about things all the time, but on your doorstep it's just absolutely shocking.
And of course, Wendy, this is exactly what police feared, an escalation in the gang violence, the bikie gang violence in Sydney that we've seen so much of in the last month. This afternoon, police are continuing their investigations and the victim remains in hospital. Wendy?
Thank you, Chris. The bail hearing for one of 5 bikies allegedly involved in the fatal bashing of Anthony Zavas at Sydney Airport has been adjourned until Wednesday. Lawyers for Comanchero Christian Menzies have claimed CCTV pictures prove he wasn't involved in the fight. But police prosecutors today produced a photo which they claim proves otherwise. The hearing was adjourned to allow defence lawyers time to examine that picture. Menzies is charged with 1 count of the fray.
More shots have been fired in Sydney's bikie war overnight, with a man ambushed in the city's southwest. 32-year-old Peter Zavas, whose brother Anthony was bashed to death at Sydney Airport last Sunday, was shot several times in an underground car park at Lakemba. It's believed his attacker then ran off and was almost hit by a car as he escaped.
Emergency services were notified and attended the scene. The man was taken by ambulance to hospital and is suffering a number of gunshot wounds.
Security was tied outside St George Hospital in Sydney South as the victim had emergency surgery. Police are still looking for the gunman. One report said that he made his exit on a motorbike.